Hello, everybody. Jayne Sanders here, Purpose Coach, Master Scientific Hand Analyst. So this week, it is time for index fingers, which we call Jupiter, by the way. So real quickly, Jupiter in mythology was the top god, right? Head honcho, god of all the gods, big dude, the big kahuna. And that means that these fingers are all about power and leadership, influence. So and it depends on which we're talking about. So the right, Jupiter, here's what it means regardless, but it has special importance to you if it's part of your purpose. I don't know if it's part of your purpose or not. If you have one of those bullseye looking, that's kind of like a bullseye, which we call a whorl, W-H-O-R-L, on one of these fingers or both, that would mean that those fingers are at least part of the foundation of your purpose. Or if you injure one of these fingers, that means that this area of your life that I'm about to explain to you is calling for your attention. So that's the real 30,000-foot view. Anyway, right Jupiter is about power and influence out in the world, natural leadership. People that have a lot of right Jupiter, certainly as part of their purpose, are driven, super achievers, valedictorians. They are meant to really step out there, out in the world, and use their power and leadership. They're happiest if they create their own realm to rule. Otherwise, how can they be the leader? How can they wield their influence for the difference that they want to make? And also, if usually people that have right Jupiter as part of their purpose, well, I'm not going to say that. So I'm gonna. There's so many exceptions to the rule. Anyway, so that's the basics of right Jupiter, and the student path is not standing in that power, not owning it, not embracing it, giving that power away, throwing up your hands and saying, I don't know how to do it, you just do it for me, which is different than asking for help. Asking for help in an intentional, focused way is actually an expression of power. And that giving your power away can look like what we call senator's wife, where you're working behind the scenes to help somebody else getting power. But you're the one that needs to be in power somewhere, so it makes you resentful. So right index or Jupiter is about really claiming and owning your power out in the world and using that leadership. Again, brief, high-level view. Left Jupiter or index finger is about personal power, really standing in and owning your personal power, which means living your passions, really knowing that you deserve to live your desires and passions, to know what they are, to identify them, to stand up for yourself, to bring them into your life, advocate for yourself, and advocate for others and for causes that you believe in. This is called the passionate advocate. And by the way, this one is called the visionary leader. So student path for the passionate advocate would be not living your passions. It would be feeling like you don't deserve it, like only a lucky few get to really bring their desires and their passions into their life and into their work. Oftentimes, people that aren't living their passions feel like a victim. Maybe something happened when they were young that was hurtful, and because they were young, they felt it was their fault. So then they felt shame, so they numb out to get rid of that shame, but other stuff gets numbed out as well, including your desires and passions and belief that you deserve to live them. So the student path of this primarily is not living your passions for whatever reasons and not advocating for yourself or others. So those are the real quick and dirties on the Jupiters, on the index fingers. And I hope this was helpful for you. Below, there's a little personal piece and also a resource that I highly recommend. And no, I don't get commission on any of this. This is just something that I want to share with you, my community. So thanks for watching, and have a good rest of the day. Bye-bye.